This is Gamepro Issue 106. I believe it's from 1997. I don't see a date on the front anyway. It says Volume 9, Number 7. I think it's 97. Talks about Star Fox 64. I think I would have to say is my favorite N64 game of all time. Then it shows WCW versus NWO World Tour, Resident Evil 2, talks about Castlevania, Sonic Jam, Blood, 6th Annual GamePro Reader's Choice Awards, Street Fighter 3, Mega Man 8. I remember buying this issue at Blockbuster a long time ago. Like I said, probably 97. Maybe it'll say it later on. Meet the odds. They're against you. Okay, there's all these creatures. It's Odd Worlds, Abe's Odyssey. Okay, so it says September 97, so I might be right, but it's 97. And this is Triple Play 98. I believe on the PlayStation. Yes, PlayStation. And we could be looking at a 1997 PlayStation Game of the Year. MDK. I don't think I've ever played it. I've heard of it. I could own it. I own a lot of games. Midway is Rock the House. Net Pro is here. I actually have this thing. I don't remember where it is at the moment, but it was kind of cool. It just showed you like websites to go to in the early days. It says July 97, so yeah, this is from, I guess, July 97, because this came with it. What was this game? Space has always had 3 dimensions, so why have shooter games only giving you 2? Oh shit. Xebius 3D and G+ on the original PlayStation. It was cool. Never played it, but it's cool. I think I saw this in an ad the other time, and I mentioned that I've seen this in person once, but the person either didn't want to sell it or it was too high. I can't remember. It's just a cool little, I think it's 13-inch TV. It was cool at the time. I'd still buy it if I found it cheap enough. It's talking, yeah, it says July 97. So yeah. So it talks about cover features, strategy sections for certain games. Yeah. There's an ad for Skittles. Taste of Rainbow. Content talks about all the reviews and previews. Scroll down quickly. You could pause it at any time. And you can see what the games were. Art mail, head-to-head, stuff like that. And what does it say? Voodoo, witch doctor of the worst kind, specializes in mind control, bloodletting, and sadistic physical punishment. Needs suicidal types for deadly hand-to-hand encounters. Must have similar supernatural abilities, expert weapon skills, and the power to overwhelm the weak with a merciless barrage of punches, kicks, and rad bone-crushing counterattacks. Voodoo. He's not your worst nightmare. He's real. Oh shit. My name's real. I believe that's Bruce Willis from the game Apocalypse on the original PlayStation. Never played it. Head-to-head. Talking about ratings. I'm talking about PC stuff. But yeah, so like I said, it's just showing a website to go to. Like I said, I don't know where it is. I have it in probably one of my binders that I keep my magazines in, but I can't remember where it is at the moment. This little ad for game.com. Have you seen it? Have you touched it? Have you played it? Tell your electronics. Never seen one of these in person, but it was a cool little insert that's in here. I never ripped it out. As you can tell, the book is in pretty damn good condition. Because even then, in '97, I was keeping my stuff in good condition, or at least trying to. What was that? Ultra Lamb Pro. Okay. Resident Evil. What the hell? Was this a spoof magazine or ad or something? Because I definitely never saw that stuff. And there's artwork from people. Like, you might be like, oh, that's not that great. It's way better than anything most of us can do. So, and actually these ones are pretty good. I've seen like really bad ones, but bad saying bad that, you know, even I couldn't do. I bought a PlayStation over a year ago and everything has been working fine until a couple of weeks ago. My Sony controller no longer works, but my third-party controller works fine. Is something wrong with my system? A Sony customer support rep explains it's very possible that an unlicensed third-party controller has damaged the system. Some unlicensed controllers have been known to change the system so that only those controllers will work on it. Another possibility is damage from an unlicensed memory card. Try your Sony controller on another PlayStation. If it works, you know there's something wrong with your PlayStation. Call us at blah 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 for a complete list of licensed and unlicensed PlayStation peripherals, as well as an address where you can mail your damaged system or controller for repair. I wonder if that's actually true. Anybody have any problem with that, using third-party controllers and it would damage your original PlayStation? What happened to the X-Band? Well, that's what happened to the X-Band. Nobody wanted to make games for it, I guess. And just... So, yeah. It's an ad for... what? Oh, Wild 9. The Reign of Pain shows mainly on the plane. Where have I heard that before? Or it sounds really familiar to something. Pro News talks about Resident Evil 2 being delayed because, what did it say? They didn't like what they had done and decided to redo it. That was, I think Elsa was the character's name. Well, they changed it because I do remember that being in there. And it talks about Paradigm launches, Duke and Quake joined forces, news bits, Turok not enough to boost Acclaim's flagging fortunes. I enjoyed the first Turok. I didn't really play the other ones all that much, but it talks about the N64 Rumble Pack. It's an add-on, obviously makes your controller rumble. Came with Star Fox 64, and it also works with Clay Fighter 63 and a third, I guess. Never really tried it. Single track, the person who made Twisted Metal and Warhawk signed on as an N64 developer. I'm trying to think what they made on the system. I don't remember, if anything. Sony has set up whatever, second game development, San Diego, blah 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 blah. Blastos. Like I said, anything in here you want to read for yourself. Daikatana. Konami's got good news. Okay. Don't really care about Konami sports games. Whatever. What is that? Fighters Mega Mix. 32 fighters. New Virtual Fighter moves. 32 rocking arenas. The two greatest fighting games of all time. Together at last, till death do they part. 11 vicious fighting Vipers characters, 11 commanders from Virtual Fighter 2, and 10 hidden mystery characters. It's kind of cool. I'm not a huge fighting guy fan because I usually suck at them, but some of them are just fun even if you suck at them. And talking about NetPro, like I said, it shows you websites. I don't know if any of these websites are still online. Some of them probably are. Game Genie, Digipen. What was that? Put more joy in your joystick, cash in your pocket. That was a precursor to the N64 games. It's a really good game, So are these. Well, Mario 64, Star Fox. Tomb Raider was fun, but I would always just break her neck, like doing dives off, like stuff you're not supposed to be diving off of. Kill or Be Killed. Talking about Quake. Hold Lost Vikings ad. Lost Vikings at 2 to be precise. And we're talking about it. This is an ad. They show a lot of games and a lot of books, I should say. Hexen. This is the reason I even have Star Fox 64. A friend of mine, because at the time my dad wanted me to own every N64 game. So he bought me on layaway most of them, like used at a game store near me. Like he would just say, buy whatever ones you don't have. And there were certain ones that I bought that I just didn't like. Hexen, for some reason, I didn't hate it, I didn't love it. But a friend of mine had Star Fox 64 and he lent it to me. And I basically just said, you could borrow this, whatever. Next time I saw him, I'm like, yeah, if you want, I said it as a joke, if you want, I'll trade you the Hexen for Star Fox 64. And he said yes. So since then, it's been my favorite game on the N64. Love that game. Really good game. These are just Reader's Choice Awards. Best Action Game. Nintendo scored 2 instant classics with readers in GamePro's 100th issue in January. However, the editors voted Resident Evil the best next-gen game of all time, just ahead of Super Mario 64 with Shadows of the Empire 5th. So this is the readers' vote. And all of these are good games. Never played Blood Omen. I played Loaded, not Reloaded. Fade to Black. Never played. Captain Quasar. Never played. Best fighting games. Tekken 2. Yeah. Best sports game. I would have to disagree with this. Even though I'm Canadian and I love hockey, I think NBA Hang Time is way better than Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey. That's just me. It's only 4% difference, but whatever. Best first-person shooter. Okay. Die Hard Trilogy. Final Doom, Alien Trilogy. What is this? Best vehicle shooter, Twisted Metal 2. Yeah, I would say that. Best system, N64 by 10%. Nice! Systems killed in 96. Virtual Boy, Sega CD, 32X, 32X CD, 3DO, Jaguar, Jag CD, Neo Geo CD. Best role-playing game, Super Mario RPG, which comes out in a couple of days. The remake on the Nintendo Switch. Tecmo's Deception, really good game. These other ones I didn't really play. Best PC game, not a PC gamer, but if you're curious about that. Best arcade game. Didn't really play all these in the arcades. Best action game. Well, these are for the 16-bit systems. Donkey Kong 3. Best sports game. Ken Griffey. Okay. Worst game. Real Monsters. Time Killers, Cutthroat Island, Battle Arena Tashiden on the Saturn, WWF Arcade Super Nintendo, Dragon, Revolution X, Experts, Iron and Blood, never played it, Lobo, never played it, The Hive, sounds familiar, Battle Monsters, okay, Tokyo Game Show, talking about Last Bronx, Sonic, okay, Time Crisis for the PlayStation, it's cool. Let's try to, if you want to screenshot that and just look what is being said. I can't read all that. Konami comes on solid. Love copying PlayStation. Yeah, it's a really good game. Really good game. Really solid. Duke Nukem 3D. Okay. San Francisco Rush, also on N64. Mesa Dark Age 64. Freak Boy. I'm pretty sure this never came out, unless it was like a European or Japanese exclusive. That's what the gameplay would look like, I guess. If you want to read what it says, let's leave that there for a second. You can pause it. Mission Impossible, talking about Star Fox, Hexen, Legend of Zelda 64, which was coming out in December, Yoshi's Island 64, Body Harvest, Clay Fighter 63 in the third ad. WCW versus NWO World Tour. This is the one that started it all in N64. Really good games. They changed the characters, but the controls they pretty much left the same, besides the running and some other stuff. But yeah, this game is really good. They're all good. The Acme ones on the 64, not the other ones, like the WCW ones. They pretty much suck. But whatever. Clay Fighter, GoldenEye 007, another really good game at the time anyway with the controller. I still got to replay it. I have it on Game Pass and I own the original, so I could just replay it. Top Gear Rally, Ultra Combat, Robotron X, Superman, Jesus Christ, Lamborghini 64, Tetrasphere, Gex, Enter the Gecko on the PlayStation. Tekken 3 is coming. Resident Evil 2, we'll just leave that there for a second so you can pause that if you want. But yeah, Elsa, university student. But yeah, you could tell by some of the screenshots that they really did start from scratch, because a lot of this was not in the actual game. But yeah, it's still cool to have the mag that talks about it. Fighting Force, 3D beat 'em up. It was okay. I didn't play it for that long, but still pretty cool. Apocalypse. Can't really tell what kind of game it is by the screenshots, but whatever. Warcraft 2, Dark Saga. Marvel Superheroes. It's cool. Steel Rain. Never played it, but it looks like other things I have played. Tomb Raider 2, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Croc, Nuclear Strike, Darkstalkers, Jedi's Damnation, Jersey Devil, Return Fire 2, I never played it. I played the original and it was good. Super Street Fighter 2 Collection, Death Trap Dungeon, Grand Tour Racing 98, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, a really good game, which I don't own because the prices keep getting crazier and crazier. Wild Nines, G-Police, Pandemonium 2, Shadow Master, Rampage World Tour, Ghost in the Shell, Maximum Force, Colony Wars, Metal Gear Solid, Critical Depth, Poi Poi, I do own that, I just never played it. Speed Tribes, I don't know what that is. Cyberdeck, I don't know if that actually came out, doesn't sound familiar. Batman and Robin, Versus, whatever the hell that is. WCW Nitro. New tips. So these going to be all tips, not yet. Sonic's Jam on the Saturn. Just leave that there if you want to read it. Sky Target. Don't know what that is. Last Bronx. Another fighting game. Saturn Bomberman. Enemy Zero. Duke Nukem 3D. Lost World. Jurassic Park. 10-Pin Alley. Herc's Adventure. Quake. Virtual Fighter 3. Sonic the Hedgehog. Wanted Dead or Alive. Albert Odyssey. The Legend of Eldian. This is an ad for Rage Racer. These are PC games, so I don't really care all that much. I'll just go slow if you do want to read it. Another ad for Rage Racer. MechWarrior 3. Other PC games, Total Annihilation. So I don't really care all that much. And 9 out of 10. VR Baseball 97. When battling the Cyclops and four-headed Hydra isn't fun enough, you can always go to Hades. Herc's Adventures on the PlayStation and Sega Saturn. Graphics look kind of cool. I never played. Major League Baseball, sports games. Some of them hold up well, some of them don't. If you like sports games to begin with. Bottom ninth. F1 pole position, VR hockey. I never played any of the, if those VR games are any good or not, I have no idea. Sports games. Breakaway 98, Worldwide Soccer, 16-bit sports, Alive and Kicking. It was for at least one more year. Shining the Holy Ark, RPGs, Ogre Battle, Breath of Fire 3, Legend of Zelda, Final Fantasy, more. Lost World Jurassic Park, Brunswick World Tournament, Disney's Timon and Pumbaa, Death of 16-bit. Looks like the long, fascinating journey of the 16-bit systems is wheezing to a close, at least from Sega and Nintendo's point of view. Prior to E3, Sega announced it will produce no new 16-bit titles for 1997. Nintendo, always a staunch supporter of 16-bit games, also indicated that it won't be producing any new games for the Super NES in 97. It's so sad. So sad. It talks about weird controllers like this thing and this thing. OJ never wore a club like this. Okay. So, yeah. And it's talking about reviews. This is a PC game called Blood. I don't know if it came out on any system or not, but gets good ratings. Yeah. What else is this? Meat Puppet. Okay. Atomic Bomberman. Your toast. Blow me. Okay. Got away with saying that in the thing, but whatever. Star Fox 64. I'm pretty sure I got this from my friend before I got this magazine. Because, like I said, I never really played any of the, what do you call it? Well, the original on the Super Nintendo. Look at that. 5s across the board. It's still one of the most pick up and play games you could get on the 64. I'm still waiting for the analog N64 to come out, which is supposed to come out next year, I think it said. But yeah, once I get that, I'm going to definitely record the gameplay of this and all my other N64 games, since I own them all. I'm still on the mission to collect all the boxes. I'm missing 58, I think. But yeah, really good game. Really good game. I'll just leave that there if you want to pause it or screenshot it, whatever. Read all the information. Stupid controller pads. Well, arcade pads. Not stupid, but some of them are bad. N64 Dark Rift talks about the ratings. Not bad, not bad. Anyway, it talks about the fighters and pro tips, so you can pause that and look at it if you want. Machine Hunter. Some kill for sport, some kill for glory, you kill for power. Nintendo power. Hexen. One of these days I'll give it another playthrough. Maybe it got better, or I just didn't like it at the time. Raystorm. You can win 10,000 dollars. Wonder if anybody actually won that. Broken Helix, PlayStation game. Shows pro tips. Looks like a first-person shooter. Dark Rift. Eve be nimble, Eve be quick, or Eve be sliced by Gore's big stick. That is Gore, and I guess that's Eve. Let's see. Dynasty Warriors, PlayStation. Tells you other pro tips. Chip away, blah 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 blah. Scary letters. Okay. Call this number. I wonder if it's if the number's still in service for some other nefarious venture, like adult entertainment phone number or whatever. Okay, other games, North by Northwest. Okay, Rush Hour. Fighters Mega Mix. Mix and match. Tells you combos, pro tips, stuff like that. And I'll try to get that, so if you want to look at that, look at the tips. If anybody still plays that game. Mech Warrior 2. Same thing. I'll just leave it like that if you want to look at it. I don't think this ad ever changed. Like the mystery word grid is always the same. The prizes were different depending on what year you saw this thing in. I think some of them had Virtual Boy in it. Some of them had maybe Neo Geo, or maybe I'm just thinking it would have that. Lost Vikings Survival Guide. Okay. 16-bit Hall of Fame. Best 16-bit racing game of all time. Super Mario Kart 1. I guess Lamborghini American Challenge is good. I guess. And then this is for something else. These are ads to sell your games. World Players Realm. Video Game Championships. Tale of the Sun. I'll just leave that there if you want to read that. American Online. Games. Ooh, look at that. Street Fighter 3, the new generation. I don't think I've ever played that. I own it in the compilation that came out on the Switch. But yeah, I'll just leave that there if you want to look at their combos and stuff. Alina, Ibuki. Just leave that there again. Ken. Special moves. Necro. Yeah, I definitely never played this. I don't recognize any of the names. Oro. Ryu. Sean. Yun and Yang. What else? Mega Man 8. First 4 bosses. I'll just leave this here. Tells you the order, like they normally do. It's a pro strategy guide. Homing sniper. Okay. I don't think I know I've never played Mega Man 8. Still never played 5 or 6. There's a lot of them I haven't played. Revolutions Persona. Not a big fan of RPGs, especially turn-based RPGs. Getting guide. Okay, say so. I guess that's the map of something, so you don't get lost. Pandora. This one is for bosses or whatever. Spell cards. Yeah, this is not a game I've ever played or probably will ever play. Tomb cheats. PlayStation Nanotech Warrior cheats. Soviet Strike cheats for the Saturn. Incredible Hulk Pantheon. I wonder if that works on the Sega version. The same codes. Need for Speed 2. Mr. Bones Auto Select. The Crow City of Angels. Yep. Your passwords. Be a gem passwords. Extreme. All that. Tomb 64 level select, I'm guessing. NBA Live, Mega Man 8. More NBA Jam stuff. Helmet on Saturn. Soviet Strike. Independence Day, Mech Warrior 2. PlayStation, Bubsy, Command and Conquer. Those are GameStar codes. More GameStar codes, other codes, Gamepro. Those are the hot rentals on Blockbuster. I miss Blockbuster. But whatever, those are the games that were hot in July. That's pretty cool. This is Scary Face. Halloween just passed, so it was cool. And it's what? Game Shark. This is not a game. It's a game enhancer. Plug it in and turn it on. Reveal the hidden, unleash the fury, feed on weakness, never lose, and never die. Abuse the power. Game Shark. Yeah, this creepy looking kid. And Magic the Gathering on the PlayStation. So, yeah. Yeah, so that is the Gamepro 106 from July 1997. Star Fox. If you've never played it on the 64, go in and play it. It's an amazing game. Anyway, till next time. That'll do, pig. That'll do.